Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So today I have this gnome DIY for you guys. I started this project in winter. I was going to make like a winter gnome, but that project never ended, and then I thought these are perfect color for Valentine and I can make a winter Valentine gnome. Also the windmill that you see on the left side and the love sign on the right are my other DIY projects that I did last year, and I'll link in the description box down below. So the supplies that you would need for today's project to make the gnome are the craft bottle. That's the very first thing. I got these from Dollar Tree. You can get it from any craft store. Make sure they are plastic. You don't want a glass container, so it can break if an accident happens. So I got this one from the Christmas section, but they have these craft bottles year round in their crafting section. The next item is the Epsom salt. This I'm using just to weigh the bottle down, so it has some weight to it. You can use anything else apart from the Epsom salt, something that weighs down the bottle, like you can use the rocks, you can use some regular salt, or just anything that would help to weigh this bottle down. The other items are these socks, so and the beads. So the socks I got from Dollarama. Again, there are lots of options, lots of colors you can choose. You can use the colors according to the season or the theme you are making for. I got these socks from Dollar Tree. These are kids socks and you get a pack of 3. I got this mainly for the red color, glue gun and some aluminium foil. And I have this fur trim that I got it from Dollarama. It comes in a roll. And then beads. I'm not sure about which size I'll be using for the nose for the gnome, so I just have these 2 beads on the product list. So let's get started with the base or the body of the gnome first. So the very first thing, unscrew the bottle, unscrew the top, and then you just feed the bottle through the socks. Because this is an ankle cut socks, there is not a lot left on the top, so I just thought rather than cutting the sock off, I'll just feed it inside the bottle and then I can just cover the top. The next step is weighing it down, so I'll be using the Epsom salt, and I usually prefer using the Ziploc bags or any bags rather than just pouring the Epsom salt into the bottle. And the good thing about this is they smell really good. Though once the bottle is closed, you won't have that great of a smell, but this Epsom salt smells really good. So now that all is in, and I'll just put the lid back off. I found that the sock was very thin and it was a little bit see-through, and I was able to see the bag inside. So what I did, I went ahead and I used the another pair of the sock that came in the package and I double layered it, and then I'll just close the lid and just make sure it's tight and secure. So now for the head part of the gnome, I'll be cutting this sock just at the top of the hill part, because I don't want that plain portion to come in the hat, and just going down across, not cutting all the way down because I want to use that elastic part for the top of the bottle, so it will be like the gnome's head. Again, as I said, you can use any color that you wish to for making the hat of the gnome, because as I said, I was trying to make this around winter time. I wanted to have like the winter prints on them. So now I will turn the hat portion of the sock inside out. I'll match the seam and then I'll just glue the seams. I am usually a person who loves these non-fuzzy socks, but you can also make the gnome from those fuzzy socks. The only good thing about those fuzzy socks is you get lots of color options, but personally, that's just my personal opinion, but I don't like the look of the fuzzy socks gnome. They just seem like they are electrocuted. So I usually gravitate towards the socks that are plain, bright and non-fuzzy. So then once it's glued, I'll be just turning it right side out, and you want to make sure that you get the tip part of the hat all the way out, or you can also do it when you have your filling in there. So now the next step is using this aluminium foil. So I had this aluminium foil for quite some time. I was just not using it. I don't know why I didn't like these aluminum foil. I don't know where I got it from, but then I thought like this would be great for using in my DIYs. So then I'm just taking this aluminum foil out from the roll. So this will become like the stuffing for the hat. And the main reason why I'm using the aluminum foil rather than just using the regular filling like a polyfill is I want to give the shape to my hat. So if you want to have your hat to be a little bit bent from the top, make different shapes on the top, as I have seen all over Pinterest, and I wanted to do a little bit of that to my gnome, have him like a twisty hat. So I'll be pushing it all the way until I get the tip part completely out from the hat. So it's a little bit pointed, and when I curve it, it looks really great. Again, depending on the thickness of the hat, you can just adjust the aluminum foil as much as you want in there. So now I think I'm good about the foil part, and then I'll be using some polyfill. So this is something I just got it from my old cushion that I had from Michael's, and I'm just stuffing it in. Again, this is totally your personal preference. If you want, you can add more fill inside. If you want less, then less. And then this is what I was looking for. I wanted to have his top part of the head a little bit bent, and I'm just going ahead with the pencil and adjusting all the stuffing inside. And I didn't want to have like an even stuffing look all around the hat. I wanted to have a little bit of a curve in the hat too. So I will just push it with the pencil and do it till I feel I got the perfect look that I want for my hat. So I was happy with the way this looks, and as I said, I didn't want to have like an all around even thickness, and I'm just bending it from the top part, and the head and the body part is ready. So now working for the nose part. So you can use beads or you can use some other stuffing. There are lots of options how you can make the nose of the gnome on the YouTube. So I'm going to go ahead with that larger size bead. I regretted at the end that I used the bead with the hole in them that I got from Michael's, but I would highly suggest if you have these beads. I got these round balls. They were $4.99. These were from Hobby Lobby, but you can see they don't have any holes, so they would work perfectly and you won't see the hole. But I just, as I said, I went ahead with the one that I had from Michael's. So again, I'm just having some glue on the back and finding where the perfect spot would be to place his nose. I'll just stick the bead over there, and then this lower edge of the socks would come cover over the nose. So before that, I'll just go ahead and work on his beard. So I already had pre-cut his beard, and according to the style you want, you can trim it the way you want. I was not completely satisfied with how thick his beard was, so I just played around, and until I got the satisfactory result, I just kept cutting his beard. There are lots of color options also available for this trim if you want to. There are like gray, brown, and if you're making for other different seasons, you can have it like even pink. If you're making for St. Patrick's, you can have a green color option. So lots of options for the beard, but I'm just going with the white color this time. And then I just have my beard secured over there, and now comes this part where I'll be securing the lower edge of, or the upper edge of this elastic, and I'll be securing it over the nose of the gnome and holding it there for a few seconds. Just make sure you wear your finger protectors when you are using your glue gun. I was just too lazy to go get my fingertip protectors, and I burnt my fingertips quite a few times. So now the next part comes about making the hands for the gnome. So I got these hair rollers. They come 6 in a pack, again from Dollar Tree. I'll be cutting it from the middle. The best part about using these rollers are you can flex their arm the way you want it because they are quite flexible. So again, depending on the size of your gnome, you just have to see how long you want the arms to be, and you can see how they can bend easily. So now for the arm part, I'm going to cover it with the snowflake socks that I used for his hat part, and I will be gluing it around the foam or the hair rollers. This step is totally optional. If you don't want to make arms for your gnomes, that's totally fine. They just look cute without the arms also. But because I wanted my gnome to have something in his hand, so like holding for different seasons, because this was going to be a Valentine, it was going to be a Christmas gnome to begin with, or I thought I would have like a small ornament or a coffee cup or something like that in his hand. But as you can see, my daughter came along that night when I was working on this DIY, and that's why this DIY was not finished, because I was not able to finish that night, and then the project just took a back seat, and then finally it was completed, I think last week only. So now I'm trying to create the cuff portion of my gnome's arms or hands, and I went ahead with that beautiful red black trim that he has on his hat. And so I finished up both the arms, and this is how they look. So now I have to go ahead and glue the arms in position. So there are two options. You can either stick it under the hat, or you can have it outside. I don't know why I did not like the look of their arms, or the shoulder I'll say, that was under their hat or the ear area, because it was looking just too bulky, and I just went ahead by placing their arms outside the hat part. And again, hold for a few seconds when you apply the glue with the glue gun, and you can see I was able to move the arms of my gnomes easily, so I can have it at a different angle. So I can have it either completely straight, or I can have it at this level. This was the level that I was looking for, so I can have him hold something in his hand. So this was just a sample, a cup from my daughter's LOL dolls. So they were quite excited that my gnome holds their LOL, the coffee cup, or I'm not sure if it's a milk bottle or so. But this is how you can repaint it. They have lots of bottles, and they also gave me to use it for my crafts and my DIYs. So next part is I wanted to add a pom-pom here. Again, when I was making it as a Christmas gnome, I thought of attaching a bell over there, but because now this turned into a Valentine gnome, I just added a pom-pom, and you can see how you can flex the tip of his head up and down. So now, going back to our theme, you can use lots and lots of options for what they are holding in their hand as a prop. So I have this foam hearts. I think I got it from Dollarama. So they have like the pink heart, red heart, different shapes. I think these look really great. And then from the Dollar Tree, you also have an option for these heart picks. So you get 7 in a pack, and you have red and pink color option, but red was looking really great on this gnome's hand. So you can just take the pick part out, and he will be holding the red heart. So I went ahead with the red heart. I did not glue the heart onto their hands, because I want to keep changing it to different things or different props. So I just added the glue dots behind the heart and on the gnome's hand, and that's how it's holding that heart. So I hope you all enjoyed today's gnome DIY video. I'll also have the link to the videos where I made the windmill and this love sign that I did last year for Valentine's in my description box down below.